level up, level up, level up. You're gonna level up.
Good evening, Impact, and welcome to another Tuesday night. I'm so excited for us to continue with our ministry program. I believe you are all set and prepared. You got your little paper and your pen and you're ready to prepare with me tonight. I'm excited for what we're going to do and you are also going to be. So let's just quickly recap. We all first had to get our theme. So you got your theme? If you only got it this week, comment below and tell me what is your theme. And then go ahead, we choose our Bible verse, the one that we're going to memorize and also teach to others to memorize. Then we're going to go over and we did our praise and worship with Dumi and Uncle Dickens. And tonight we're going to focus on our word section. Now this is our meaty section. This is the section where we just want to sit down, dig really deep and enjoy. All right, so we're going to focus on that. And the first part of our word session is the object lesson. Each one of us gonna take our theme and we're gonna prepare an object lesson that's gonna go with our theme. So tonight I actually have some interesting stuff here. It's not really perfect for winter, but what is inside, that is really nice. So here I have a big ice block. Ooh, it's freezing. But I'm in here and it froze really beautifully for those of you that can see it. It has jelly sweeties in, my favorite, and it's full of it. So I can't wait for this just to come out and I can enjoy this. This is a beautiful block, circle I mean, and in here we have letters, okay, different letters. And in here I have a cup. And I don't know if you can see it. No, you can't. But it's actually a Milo cup because I love drinking hot drinks in the winter time. And I believe some of you have some with you right now. If you are drinking something really hot right now, comment below and tell me, what are you enjoying in the evenings when it's so cold? Something hot, maybe a cup of rooibos tea or Milo or whatever you're doing. So on this side, we have our hourglass. All right, so the green one gives us 10 minutes, the blue one 5 minutes, and the orange one 3 minutes. Alrighty, so what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna try to make a ice cake, a nice tall ice cake, and I'm gonna have to do it in only 3 minutes. Get it to balance, get it to stand. So are you guys with me? All right, so I'm gonna turn this around and look at the orange one. Alrighty, and then I have to try figure out how am I gonna balance these three on top of one another. Do you think this is gonna work? It's easy. There we go. I didn't even need 3 minutes. Woohoo! Okay, but the problem is it can actually melt, and I want it to melt. I want these blocks to melt because I want my jelly sweeties that is in here. I want to eat them. So these blocks need to melt. And for that, we have to wait. And I don't like waiting. What do you guys do while you have to wait? Maybe some of you go and sleep. Maybe some of you watch TV. So maybe tell me, comment below, tell me, what do you do when you have to wait for something? I think with all of us staying together in one house, there are times that we have to wait for the bathroom. We have to wait for food because mommy first has to do something else. There are so many things we have to wait for. And you know what? That ties in with our theme, the theme that we've been speaking about, the theme that we chose just to use as an example, and that is patience. Because patience equals time. So we have to wait. I can't even have a cup of Milo while I wait. This is gonna take forever. I have something I can use. Just wait for it. I have an idea. A saw. What if I just... Oh no, I think this is gonna take even longer. I have something else. Just wait for it. My hammer. Do you guys think that's gonna work? Are you ready for it? Okay, now maybe that's gonna be a mess. I think there's just going to be ice everywhere. You know what we do sometimes when we have to wait? We make our own plans, and some of them are not so good. We don't like waiting, so we think of other ways to make this waiting stop, to make time go faster. But you know what? When we learn to have patience, there's such quality coming in our lives, such quality growing in our lives. It makes me think of a Bible story, actually a few Bible stories, and that is the next part of our preparation. So we did our object lesson, and we're going to go into our story that we're going to focus on. And this story that I want to tell is actually in the Word of God. We actually read from so many characters in the Bible. If we look at Abram, if we look at Moses, even Noah, many of them were tested in their patience. And I believe some of you sitting right there are also being tested in this lockdown time in your patience. But Job, I'm going to focus on him tonight. Job was an incredible man. And we even have that saying that says the patience of Job. We use that when we speak about patience. We speak about the patience of Job. Now, Job was an incredible man. God actually spoke about Job, and he said, Job is an upright, perfect man in all his ways. That is what God said about Job. And Satan heard that. And you know what he did? He went to God and he discussed with God this person, Job, that was so upright, that was so perfect. Satan discussed with him and he said, maybe Job's faith is like a byproduct of your protection, God. So I'm just going to test him in his faith. I'm just going to make life really hard for him. And you know what God said? God had so much faith in Job. He said, go ahead, Satan. You go and test Job. Test his patience. And Satan actually went and he attacked him in his livelihood. He attacked him in his family life. He even attacked him on his own physical body. And Satan's attack was so vicious that his wife said to him, Job, just curse God and die. That is how bad Job was attacked by Satan. But you know what? Job rebuked his wife and he said, I'm just going to focus on God. So Job went around and he looked for answers while being patient, while going through these difficult trials. If you have some time, go read a little bit the book of Job. It is incredible what that man went through. And you know what? He went around and he looked for answers and he asked his friends and he asked his wife, and they all gave him answers. They all gave him explanations of why this life is happening to him. But do you know what? It was only until Job examined himself that God actually set him free, that God just released him. How incredible was that? And he waited on God. He waited patiently on God to come and give him an answer. He had many other answers. We could see that Job even patiently listened to his wife while she was giving him an answer. Even his friends, he listened patiently to them. But in his heart, he waited patiently for the answer of God. And that is what made Job such an incredible, incredible man. So through this story, we can learn tonight that in our lives, while we're going through some trials, some difficulties, the main thing is to wait on the answer of God. Be patient for God to give you that answer. Because many times in our lives, we go through stuff and we don't understand. We're waiting for answers and we don't understand what we are going through. And then only later on, after a few years, we're like, oh God, that is what you did. Have some of you experienced that? It's really like that. It's incredible. So that makes me think even of my own life. And that's where we are going to the third part of our word section. It's the testimony part. So each one of us prepare a testimony that goes with our theme. And I want to just quickly share with you, I remember many years ago when cell phones just came out. Can you believe it? There was a time that we did not even have cell phones. Somebody even said to me the other day, just imagine being in lockdown in 2006 with the Nokia 3210. I mean, what would our life have been if we just had that? It would have been completely different. But there was a time that we desired a simple phone like that. And I remember I wanted a specific make of a phone because everybody was having it, and I saw all the features that that phone had, and it just looked incredible. So I thought, I want that phone. And I even prayed. I said, Lord, I want that phone. And I waited, and I waited. And that phone went out of production, like it was not available anymore. And I was still waiting for that phone. And somebody said to me, well, why don't you just buy another phone? And I said, no, I want that phone. I'm going to wait for that phone. Who of you ever had to wait for something that you really wanted? Comment below. Tell me, what is something that you really, really, really wanted, and you, no matter what, waited for that? So I waited, and I remember I had enough money to buy a phone, but it wasn't the phone that I wanted. And you know what happened? One day, while I was sitting in a room and I was just busy with something on the computer and just working, one of our friends walked into the room with a bag with a logo of that phone on the bag, and they said, well, I have this gift for you. God just said to me that I must give you this. And it was a better make, and it was exactly what I wanted. And you know what really blessed me is we waited. I waited for that phone, and I never got it. Until that day, God just gave it to me. And it was such an incredible blessing. And it taught me patience, because when we wait, God will give us the best. So there is the best in patience. It's worth it to have patience. Even in this time when you're at home, I want to just remind you of our scripture that we learned, our Bible verse in Ephesians 4, where it says, be patient, bearing with one another in love. So in this time, just bearing with one another, just waiting on God to give you answers, to guide you, to lead you. He will give you the best. So wait for it. Thank you for joining me tonight. Bless you. Have a super week.
We gonna level up.